Hello everyone, this is Dr. Abhinav, and in this video we'll be seeing the important topics for the exam, ESIC, Insurance Medical Officer exam. So these important topics I've taken especially from the previous year question and also after seeing researching in the internet. So with these topics, you can definitely pass the exam, but if you want a higher rank, then you will have to study further. So these are the kind of most important topics, and these topics are also expected to be seen in the exam compared to the other topics. So most of them who are giving this exam are probably studying for other exams also. For example, like NEET or INICET. So for those students, you can concentrate more on these topics for the exam. But for students who are especially preparing for the ESCC exam, what you will have to do is you will have to read these topics as well as you will have to go through the other topics also. So before we start this video, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Okay, let's start. So the first thing is for the subject medicine. So the topics like hypertension management, coronary artery disease, the ECG findings, they won't ask image-based questions, but they can ask like, for example, what are the conditions in which ST elevation is seen? What are the conditions in which ST depression is seen? Those kind of questions can be asked. And in the infective endocarditis, learn about it properly. And there are many signs and things in different systems are involved. So we'll have to read about those things also. Then electrolyte problems like hypo or hypernatremia, hypo or hyperkalemia, and the syndromes associated to it. All those things you'll have to learn. And stroke localization. This is kind of important in any exam, no matter whatever it may be. So stroke localization, to know this is kind of an art. So practice these things. Then COPD, asthma, the guidelines, gold guidelines. And for TB, we'll also need to see about the treatment aspects, the guidelines, and pneumonia, types of bacteria causing which type of pneumonia, and even COVID-19 pneumonia can learn about it. Then in the renal sections, acute kidney injury, chronic kidney disease, the criteria, the rifle criteria, the GFR, stage 1, stage 2, when will you do dialysis, those kind of things you should learn. Then arterial blood gas interpretation, that is, you have to see respiratory or metabolic acidosis, alkalosis, what kind of treatment will you do, mostly clinical aspects. And the hepatitis B and C, what titers will be elevated in the serology section, those things. And malabsorption syndromes is kind of really important in the modern exams. And diabetes and its management, as always, it's very important. Learn about the oral hypoglycemic agents and insulins, types of insulins, hypo or hyperthyroidism, SLE, rheumatoid arthritis, malaria, HIV, and importantly, COVID-19 also. Then for pediatrics, milestones are the most important things. So you'll have to know. They'll give you question like this child does this. So guess the age of the child, or this child does these things. So what else can you expect this child to do at this age? Those kind of questions are quite common. And breastfeeding, vitamin deficiencies, vitamin A deficiency, and sometimes they also do ask about the toxicities also. And Kwashiorkor marasmus, Down syndrome, what are the normal newborn findings? Then neonatal resuscitation is important. So read about the CPR, 1%, what is the ratio, 2%, what is the ratio, at what heart rate you should start giving chest compressions, those kind of things. And jaundice, types of conjugated jaundice, unconjugated jaundice, seizures and management, pneumonia, and diarrhea management, mainly the fluid calculation, UTI, and the criteria for diagnosing UTI, antibiotics to start, and neonatal screening, that also you'll have to learn what are the diseases that a neonate is screened usually after being born. And you will also have to learn about the inborn errors of metabolism. Sometimes they can ask you like, they can give you a disease and what type of inheritance is this, or what enzyme is deficient, those kind of questions. Then for the surgery, esophageal cancers, gastric cancers, and what are the type of surgeries? Vagotomy is done for gastric cancers. Peptic ulcer disease, variceal bleed management, stepwise management. Cholecystitis, mainly the Galler's triangle, and regarding the surgeries, acute pancreatitis and its complications, intestinal obstructions, mainly the intussusception, volvulus, those kind of things, colorectal cancer syndromes, HNPCC Lynch syndrome, those kind of things are really, really important. And the management, hydrocele, hernia, and the types of repair. So, what are the different kinds of repair, and what is the difference between each repair? Renal stones and the upcoming new management techniques, benign prostatic hyperplasia surgeries like TURP surgeries and complications, TURP syndrome, thyroid cancers, oral cancers and neck dissection, lymph nodes, at what level, what type of dissection, how much, what levels of lymph nodes are removed. Pneumothorax first line management is always important. Burn and classification, shock and sepsis. Okay, what type of shock? What is the drug of choice? What are the changes seen in the vital signs, homeostasis, those kind of things. Then for OBGYN, postpartum hemorrhage, stepwise management, starting from oxytocin to life-saving hysterectomy, all those things you'll have to know. Then PIH and eclampsia, hypertension in pregnancy and eclampsia, and anemia in pregnancy, ectopic pregnancy. What is the management for ruptured ectopic pregnancy, unruptured ectopic pregnancy? And we'll also have to learn about the antenatal care, abortion and its type. Will the cervix be closed or not? Those kind of questions. Physiological changes in a pregnancy is very important. You should know about each system separately and what changes are seen. PCOD, cervical cancers, always important. Mullerian abnormalities, genital tract infections, uh, pelvic inflammatory diseases. Contraceptions, make sure you know about the new contraception, especially which the government is releasing. Amenorrhea evaluation, primary amenorrhea, secondary amenorrhea. So what test will you do first? Estrogen challenge test, progesterone challenge test, those kind of things. And menopause, learn about it. And infertility, male infertility as well as female infertility. So for the PSM community medicine, you'll have to learn about the cohort studies and case control studies, national immunization schedule, and the vaccines, levels of prevention, primary, secondary, and primordial prevention, tertiary prevention, sensitivity and specificity, the calculation questions, health indicators, food adulterations. You should also know about the healthcare system. Um, Basically, the primary healthcare system and secondary first referral unit, those kind of things. You should also learn about the ASHA workers and nutritional requirements. And these are some of the important health programs that I would like you to know: the TB health program, malaria, and the blindness health program. So basically, this is a 200 mark MCQ exam in which 80 marks is given for medicine, 20 is given for pediatrics, 34 is given for surgery, 33 for OBGYN, and 33 for PSM. 200 questions you will be solving in 2 hours. So make sure you know the topics very well so that you can solve 200 questions in just 2 hours. Okay. The questions are going to be quite easy, so don't worry about it. These important topics, if you study, you can pass the exam. But as I said, if you want to score a very good rank, then you also need to learn about the other topics which I have not mentioned here. So that's all for today. Keep preparing very well. We'll soon get to know when the exam date is. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Thank you.